Good morning. As you can see, we're back with Sallie again. Something that I've had for ages and ages, and I just realized, wow, don't those colors work? Sorry. And I was hoping I haven't got the picture of the front and back covers here at all, except for that piece of needlepoint that we're going to start to work on. Probably not today. I'll probably just do a whole video of working on that piece. Goodness gracious, let's have a frog. Okay, so, and we're going to go through this before we do anything, but I'm going to share what these things are wonderful. They don't leave marks, they're great. I don't know who gave us that tip, but it certainly is true. Here's Sallie. Sallie is a book now. I used that stitch that I made up, that I showed you, in which I put two holes close together. Oh, I didn't, my husband did. Two holes close together and one a distance apart, and this just means down in the top hole, which leaves the tail, down in the top hole, up in the bottom hole, back down in the top hole, and up in this up hole, and they either tie off at this hole or that one, makes no difference, but it worked a treat. Let me show you. I used black pearl cotton because I wanted to play up this bit of black that we have here and here, and so that is the finish of the binding. The holes were here and here, about that far apart, about the fingernail's length in my case apart, and just picked a spot about the same. They might not be exactly the same, I don't measure. And so easy to do, fits with what we see, especially on the front cover. And if you'll notice, I was also did my job the way I told you I would. I put some washi on this tender one that looks like it wants to crack, and I was going to put it on the outside, and I said, no, even though it looks like it's going to crack, it's not cracking, so let's not add something over here yet. We can always add that later. And there was a broken piece of, I think the music paper. Yes, that had a break on it, so I decided to put a little piece of washi to hold it back here, and it's really semi-transparent. You get little roses, so why not? Now, we have a finished Sallie. She's a book now, but she's, of course, no, we're not finished playing with her at all. Today, I want to work on this avocado dyed page. I'm hoping to get something started on this side and this side, but if I get into playing too much, it might not happen, but I'm hoping that we get both of them. But before that, and I'm going to use half of this cluster on each, and I'm going to let it tip out a piece, just a smidge. I'm going to use half on the front and half on the back, so that is the starter plan for that. This is out because, as I said, I really have zero idea of what I want to do here. And I thought the best place to start is in the remnants and ends basket. There is something. Oh, There is something. Who knows? There is something here. There has to be. I have in my mind that there is something here. Now this is a whole piece of fabric. I don't know why it's in there. Ah, this is the one. This is the one I found it. Yay. Oh, and more bits. Oh, this is, this is good doings. I'm going to take them all out because, this couldn't be any better if I worked at it. And more of this hand crocheted lace. Anything else? Wait, I didn't have to go far in here, did I? What is that doing there? I will never know, but that would be a neat piece for stamping on. Oh my. Finding treasures. No, Carol, let's not be silly. Oh, here's a piece of this. That's quite nice. It's going to stay up there. It's very heavy, but it might work. Might not. Okay, I'm going to try to keep my talking to myself at a minimum. I don't think so. I don't know. It's wonderful to not know where things are. Goodness, and it's wonderful to know where things are but not know, because that way I'm open to consideration. Oh, I like this one. Does that do better? I don't know. Let's see if we can make something here. This is going to be here. We know that. And I was hoping for a piece of this, and here it is. I'm mumbling. I am so sorry. I truly am. Out of the way, cluster. And let's just see what we think. Might that just work? I think that might just work. Or do I want a little more of it on the front? I think so. It's not quite white. Not quite white. I'll cut those little bits off. Why don't I do that now? This is so starched. Okay, now let's see what happens. And a little bit, or do we like the neutral better? Do we like this? Do we like this? Nope. I like this. In all its little pitiful forms, I like it. This was hanging on an antique mall wall, And it might just have been avocado dyed, I don't know. I think I need to get this so that we have more of an idea of what's going on. And I'm not going to take it off the frame again. I just won't. I'm, as my mother used to say, I'm putting my foot down. And when that foot went down, okay, this is going to be here. It's going to come up to about there. Going to come up to about there. Okay. We can always lower it when we finally put it on. That might just do. I don't want to do too much. I want to keep the flour. Don't want to do too much. That might do there. And then down here, this might drag the eye down. Okay, now, something off-white. I really need it to be off-white. We'll have that. We'll have that. No, don't need that. Let's turn this into leaves. Let's turn that into this. And that. But there's no reason on earth why I can't put some green on there. I don't think we're going to need anything else. I think we're going to leave well enough alone. Gone. Now, I'm going to see about making this green right now. Let's go down a rabbit hole. I never met one I didn't want to skibble down. No. Here's the green. There is the... That's good. The green back there, yes I did. Okay, let's pick a green for... Let's see whether we want one of these. No, we don't want that one. It's too much, too much. I'm looking in my box of Distress Oxides and Inks. Ouch. Okay. Let's see what happens if we green these puppies up a little bit. I've got Distress Oxide Forest Moss. It colors everything. So why won't it color this? Let's just see. Use these to hold this down. Oh, okay. Just trying to keep the edges from moving, but well, it might work. Who knows? Let's see. Well, it's not white anymore, is it? Okay. Let's get this one down. Doesn't that make a pretty thing? Okay. Alrighty, now let's get tips of my fingers. That's okay. That's a sign that I'm having fun. So, now this all slipped down. That is definitely a no-go. And you under there and under there, almost covering this flower. And you here, out of the way. Now, I'm going to take a picture of a possibility. Let me get that one light down a little further. Okay, I'm going to take a quick picture of this because I might like it, and I will be looking, then I can look at it in my tablet to see if I really like it. I don't want too much. I don't want to take away from what's there. Well, if you stood up, it would help. I didn't hit it hard enough. Okay, not that I haven't taken 100 pictures, or 1,000. There. All right. So, this is what we have. Let's see. This is what we have. And in the real light, it shows better, and it doesn't look, it looks pretty good. Okay. Well, oh, I'm sorry. As you can see, I've just had an earth-shaking shocker for Carol. The little tiny memory card that goes in the big thing that goes in my computer all of a sudden was full. Well, I went blank. I had no idea. Thank God my husband's home. I asked him what to do, and he da-da-da-da-da. You know how I was so stressed. I said, stop. He said, of course you know how to do this. You do it all the time. You're going to empty the card up to a point. You're going to go on from there. And I said, do I have to get a new card? Do I have to put it in? I don't know what you do with a full card. I thought maybe you threw it out. What do I know? Well, after I get past stress, which is no big help for solving problems, as we all know, and I never reacted this way until before I was diagnosed with cancer. Never acted that way. But, oh my goodness, it's in, it's fixed. Of course, it's the same steps I do all the time to get these videos out to you guys. Now, okay, here we are. Here's the other one. That's where I was headed until the camera told me that the little thingy was full. So, now, what do I want to do on here? First, I'm going to do this. I want some added color. That very, very light, mild, a dream of a color. I have peacock feathers, and maybe a little of that, just a touch, and the tiniest little bit of, the tiniest little bit of Victorian velvet. No. All right. Okay. So, peacock feathers probably doesn't have its own PF. Yes, it does. Alrighty. Let's just put, I don't need that. Goodness gracious, girl. See what happens when your memory card throws a monkey wrench in your world. Now, let's have just the tiniest bits of this green, because it seemed to work nicely with the front cover. Although this is not the front cover. Just little bits of this, and I need this for cleaning. How about just a little bit here and there? Just the slightest little, bit. Just rub it on here and there. It's a little darker than I wanted it to be, so I have to put a little dark up here. Okay. And here we go. I think so. That's all you need to clean these. Now, just tiniest little go of just a little hint. Just the slightest little hint. And let's have a little down here. As you can see, when I say tiny little hint, that's what I really want. Now, Victorian velvet. Love this. Might not show up too much on this paper. That's probably a good thing. Oh, we can do a little more. Okay. Off the edge. Let's get off the edge, girl. There we go. That, believe it or not, is just what I envisioned. Okay. That's it. Now, what we want next is some clean as those brushes are ever going to get. Now, maybe I'm just trying to do a background here for, I was thinking this page is a little stronger and heavier. This might be a nice place to put a pocket. I want something, again, a small stamp, a background stamp, just here and there, to bring another step forward. Let me check my stamps. Backgrounds and stitching. A little bit of no, this one. A little bit of script. Music. No. Come on, come on. No, I don't want letters. Don't want them. Don't want anything that makes a big statement. Music? No. This little puppy, zigzag stitching. This comes in handy sometimes. Now this I want to be darker, but not so dark. Lightest gray background. Might be too light. You'll have to find out. Maybe it's too light. Let's go up one. Of course, I probably am going to want the one that's directly in between. That was pumice stone. This is hickory smoke. Yes. Yes, that's going to be the one. And I have to see which end is up here. That end is the up end. Let's mark that for life. Okay. Now I'll know. Now. All right, let's just do a tiniest bit off the edge. I love to stamp this way. Don't know why. Okay, now. Do I want this? Maybe just an end here or there. Let me give it a check because this is probably going to have a, just a little bit of something, something. And right there. All right, now clean that up. And clean this up. Now the next stencil, I'm sorry, the next thing is going to be a stencil. That's what I was thinking of, and it came out just that easily. Okay. That is ink. Let me get it off. Any more? Yes, right there. Now I want to go over this with a bit of a stencil, and I'm thinking maybe a Tim Holtz. Or maybe not. Maybe not. We'll do that on the back page. Okay, if I put this here, okay, I can use that. I'm thinking that while I'm at it, I ought to do this. I haven't done this in a long time, so this is a good time to play. I'm going to put the heavier one on. Okay, let's start. Let's do here and here. Okay. When in doubt, this is Pilot G2. another little one in the back there. Now, this one's going to have a similar, I'm going to make the center similar. Okay, now those high points are going to be made higher. Alrighty, and now let's do it again. Highs get done over and blackened to make them higher. High here and here. And here. Never, never, never. That's a low, but this is a high. Okay, another high. And run them in together. Well, you completely ignored this. That's actually a low, but no one will tell, will we? Will you? Okay. I want to get a quick start on the center. Just sloppy center. Actually, I make a C, a sloppy one. Now that I will continue. Here. Now this is actually the way that, and this would be here, that would be there. That way I can keep my head right about where this goes. Cannot go slowly with this. You have to, when in doubt, plunge in order to make this work. If you go too slowly and think about where you're going with it, it gets wobbly, and it's not a good thing. Now it'll be coming down this way. There. Now that is what I'm going to be doing on the rest of this, and yes, I'm going to do some sort of a leaf. Let's just zonk a leaf down here. Maybe we want to so I do hope that you have enjoyed today's visit, and I'm sorry that I had to stop and have a fit, but things like that happen sometimes. I do hope that you will join me for finishing up, or I will finish up this bit on here, and find something that suits me for the pocket, and I might or might not put it on, because I'm sure you have seen people do that many, many, many times, and this is going to be the effect up here. I'm not going to do too much more because the pocket is going to be down here. I don't know whether it's going to be a flip pocket or an attached pocket. I'm not that far in the thought here. And literally getting shocked at these. I thought those little tiny, tiny cards about the size of this fingernail, they just went on forever. Well, they don't, do they? And then they give you a funny sound on your camera, and if you read, it says it's, oh well. I hope you have enjoyed today and understand and will tolerate my craziness. And if you have, I would be pleased if you would give me a thumbs up and join me again and see where this goes. And maybe I'll get a little bit further along on the other sheet, which will be the same but not the same as this, just because it's the same paper. And after you've given me, I hope, the thumbs up, I would appreciate a comment. And I do answer them. I read all of them, and I take them to heart, and I'm sure you'll have something to say about throwing a fit over a mechanical device. And I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. Bye now. See you soon.